Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently in a mildly awkward situation. We've just been rolling kind of poorly and these guys are awkwardly far away. It's not like we're having problems, right? It's just taking a little longer than I'd like, and that's okay. We have this assassin here. He just jumped down and that's a terrible position. The Firefly just ran over here with our Centaur right behind it. That's also a terrible position. So we're in a pretty good spot here, all things considered. I would like to get our Scimitar out into rear arc of some of these guys out over here. Unfortunately, the best we can do is side arc out over here. And that'll do for now. We can fire on this Ignis, and this will be potentially getting into that weak side. What did we just hit here? Was that downed helicopter that we just stray-shotted? I think it was. That's awkward. All of those hit that helicopter. See what I mean about things just being generally awkward in this mission? It's definitely awkward. It's not actually a problem, though. They hit with their ERPPC there, so we've got increased ECM jamming there. That's also not really an issue, but we can move forward with our crossbow and fire on one of these. So it's probably going to end up being the Ignis. There we go. Some more armor damage into that Ignis. Not anything huge there, but it's definitely reducing its armor count. Now, I do want to get our Scimitar in behind this Centurion, which is currently attacking our Shadowhawk, which is fine. We take 14 damage there. I'm not too concerned about that one. So next up is going to be our Wraith, and the Wraith is absolutely going to move to attack this Assassin. And I think front arc is reasonably fine here. We do fire the SRM-6 as well.
Acknowledged. Put my weight into it.
We missed the melee attack there, sadly. But let's see what else we get done. Not much is the answer. Okay, so the Shadowhawk is going to continue to move up here and engage. So at this point, we are looking at engaging probably the Ignis. It's already softened. Structure exposure on that Ignis. Okay, that's a good thing. That means it can die very, very swiftly. So that's great. I'm going to engage the Black Knight in over here. We're going to fire on this Assassin. Hit odds are still kind of abysmal here. Mostly just because target moved. We failed to make him unsteady with our melee attack. But let's see what we get done here. Not very much. Okay. Yeah, things are just mildly awkward. It's not a problem. It's just mildly awkward. I'm going to position here, and we're going to finish off this Firefly. It's guaranteed. At long last. That took quite a long time for the Centaur to chase it down. No doubt about that. But we are now halfway done with these units, and the other half will go much quicker, in theory. We've already got the Assassin wounded. It jumps back up and does not fire again. So the Hoplite can position up over here and can fire right on that Assassin. Alternatively, the Ignis has better hit odds. Wow. Okay, we missed almost everything. We did hit one missile in here, but it has one hit point left. So awkward. Maybe this missile salvo finishes it off, though. That could happen. And it doesn't. Sure. Such awkwardness. It's fine, though. This isn't actually a problem. It actually...
Taking some heavy damage.
It stray-shot the helicopter here and did a lot of damage to it. It stray-shot that instead of hitting the Scimitar as well, so I guess it's working in our favor there. We can move our Apollo up here, and we can fire on that Assassin, or we can fire on the Ignis. This is a guaranteed kill on the Ignis right now. We are going to kill it with this shot, and so we shall. That was a 100% chance that one of those missiles was going to find its way into that one hit point area. I mean, technically it wasn't 100%, but if we had failed that roll, I would have been very upset. Let me put it that way. So we can fire on this assassin, or we can fire on the scorpion. Hit odds are significantly better on the scorpion, so let's just soften up that armor. Okay, that didn't look like it was great clustering, but we did definitely soften the armor on it. Looks good. Our scimitar is attempting to get in behind this centurion. That is the goal. And out over here is about the best we can do. Ooh, that's still within minimum range of the AC-5, isn't it? I thought this was just outside of minimum range, but no, it is. Okay, that's my own fault.
Locking in all weapon systems.
We just softened up its rear arc a little bit, and we'll continue to work on that in the next couple of rounds. So that's fine.
Ready.
Next up is our Wraith, which can position right over here.
Onward.
Terrible hit odds on that assassin. We're going to try it. Maybe we manage to get it unsteady.
Firing.
We do not. We do kill a jump jet, so I guess that's fine.
Oh, I like that shot.
So the assassin will have a harder time jumping, but we're having a really hard time hitting it. It has no weapons remaining, and it's got 7 evasive and very little armor. We're going to close in on it with the Shadowhawk for sure. Scorpion is firing on the Shadowhawk. Gets 10 damage in there. I really don't care about that. That is very irrelevant. Our AMS completely failed to take any of those out, but whatever. So our Black Knight is going to advance and fire on this assassin. Maybe we get something done here. Although we're not going to want to fire probably our 3 medium lasers here. Yeah, we'll just fire the 2 large and the 2 medium pulse. And we hit none of them. I'm not shocked about that. The Black Knight is really set up for high hit odds, like lasering in on specific positions, right? Specific locations on the mech. So this is not an ideal use case for the Black Knight. But you might as well try, right? So next up is going to be our Shadowhawk, which is absolutely going to close in and kick the assassin. This is what the Shadowhawk is designed to do. So we're going to get in close here. 52.7% hit chance. Let's see how we roll.
Engaging.
We miss it. Okay. We've been missing a lot of those 50% chances. No doubt about that. But that's a lot of crit rolls.
Inflicted some
And none of them are good crits. Okay. And the assassin is still mobile. Yeah, very awkward. More missiles going in, but missing it. If we had hit that melee attack, but we didn't. If we had hit the melee attack, the assassin would have died. Guaranteed. But it didn't happen, so that's okay. Next up, what are we going to be moving? That is going to be the assassin. And it just parks here.
Orders.
It's trying to use our Shadowhawk as cover, is what it's doing. So we're going to sprint our Centaur in over here.
Roger.
And we can fire side arc here. Just fire some LRMs. Okay, we took out the LRM-5, some additional jump jets, but that assassin is still kicking. Luckily, it doesn't have much evasive, so fire support will absolutely tear it apart here. Next up is going to be the Scorpion. Now, we're going to be moving the Shadowhawk past here and attacking the Scorpion. Our Shadowhawk is a very late mover. We rolled a 6 here. So that's, I think, our last mech that we get to move, which is unfortunate because it's the first mech that we want to move, right? They do hit their ERPPC on the hoplite. They're getting very good hits on that. That said, our hoplite can advance up over here. We're not firing on this Shadowhawk, absolutely not. But I am going to fire on this Scorpion.
Tracking from position.
Okay, we at least hit the AC, so that's something anyway. We've not been able to hit that Gauss rifle, like, at all, though. Not this mission, anyway. So for now, that's fine. They're going to be moving their... That's an odd choice for the Centurion. Why go after the Wraith there? I mean, its machine gun is now unjammed. So our Scimitar can position somewhere like here, although that's minimum distance. We're going to need to position somewhere more like... Boy, we have to move a long ways. More like here. This is awkwardly far away, but we'll take this shot. 56% hit chance. That's a solid shot. Only a crit on the LRM-10, but we definitely
Critical
breached
hit,
the
Commander.
armor there, I think in multiple locations. Only the one. Okay, that's fine though.
Standing
So
by.
the Apollo is going to advance forward here, and the missile boats
Rolling.
are the ones that we want to eliminate the assassin. I'm checking hit odds out over here on the Scorpion. The assassins they've already moved all of their units, right? They have. I'm going to fire on the Scorpion
Firing
here.
all weapons.
So that's a structure exposure, and the ERPPC on that
Good, a
Scorpion is
critical
now
hit.
destroyed. So that's great.
I live
Our
for sure.
Wraith is going to make its way up over this direction, and we're just going
On the
to
move,
sprint
full
and sink
speed.
some heat. The crossbow is looking to advance up here.
On
This
the
is
move.
all indirect fire. So who do we want to fire on? Honestly, the assassin. Get rid of it.
I copy.
Wow, we are rolling so
Reporting
badly on these
critical
crits. The pilot finally ejects. I mean, that's a good thing, but these crits have not been in our favor.
I'm here.
No doubt about that. The Black Knight is going to need to just sprint out
On my
over
way.
here for now.
Double time.
And beyond that,
Away
our
to-
Shadowhawk is going to engage up over here, although I kind of want to position it here
Move
instead.
order confirmed.
Yeah, and then we'll hit the same side arc of this Scorpion.
10-4.
That's a lot of internal damage there. Right torso destruction.
Critical hit.
That was a much better crit. I like it. Maybe we're finally starting to get a little bit less awkward. That would be good. 6 damage to the front arc of that Centurion, though. That is extraordinarily irrelevant. So we're going to sprint out over this direction with our Centaur. We are running low on ammo with the Centaur, and we probably don't want to fire this. I don't think we do. We're just going to say that's it for now. Our friend the Apollo moves up and doesn't do anything of note. Our hoplite can position actually exactly where it's at is, I think, ideal. And fire on that Scorpion. Finally, we hit the Gauss rifle. Solid. And that looks like well, it's a quad mech. Does that knock down a
Short-range
quad mech?
missiles are out.
It does knock down a quad mech. Okay, good to know. And actually, he ejects, so that looks good.
Commander?
Our Apollo now, of course, is going to be looking at firing on this Centurion. Hit odds are very, very low, but we'll see what armor strip we can remove. What we're really interested in is building up the panic level of that
Receiving you.
pilot at this point. And the Wraith is going to make its way around over here.
Heading out.
Perfect.
Full speed.
Of course, GV is the one who's going to be really looking at bringing down this Centurion. So position here, right in that rear arc. Good hit odds.
Knowledge.
Let's see what we get there. AC-10 ammo explosion, but it was saved.
Scored a critical hit.
Okay. That would have taken down the mech if it wasn't saved, but it absolutely was.
How's it
Next
going?
up is our crossbow, and the crossbow is just going to position right here, and we're just going to lob additional missiles at the Centurion. This is our last round of ER LRMs, and we don't get too much done there. But building up some instability
I'm out of
is
long-range
not
missiles.
bad, but I don't think that that thing has any evasive right now. Yeah, it doesn't. So that's fine. Now it'll get a little bit. Ooh. It hits the AC-10 on the Scimitar there. Does not penetrate the armor. That's good. But the Scimitar is very low in armor in the front, so we're lucky it hit the side arc there. That is quite
Commander?
lucky. So our Black Knight has no LOS, and we're just going to sprint up over here for now.
Receiving
Our
you.
Shadowhawk can potentially get LOS. Yes,
Throttle
out
at
in this
full.
side arc. This is not ideal under any circumstances. Let's not fire the medium pulse laser,
Engaging.
and let's just see what we can get done there. I'm not expecting much out of that, though. Like I said, we're just trying to build up instability on that pilot for right now. Okay, we'll sprint our Centaur forward and call that good for the moment. That Apollo closes in and fires rear arc on the Centurion and takes it down, so they can get good crits. Gotcha. Well, that's fine. We didn't take any significant damage there. It just took awkwardly longer than it should have because we didn't get our good crits there. I mean, that's kind of the danger of relying on crits, right? Sometimes they happen, and sometimes they happen really, really good for you, and sometimes they happen really, really bad for you. In this particular situation, we didn't get good crit rolls, but it didn't really matter either. But things were awkwardly far away. There's no doubt about that. So we got about 1.2 million in payout. That looks good. We'll need to get a little bit of repair done. And that stray shot in the cockpit of our what's that mech called? Wow, I can't remember. Shadowhawk, I think? I think that's a Shadowhawk. That head hit stray shot from our ally was very rude. No doubt about it. There's not great salvage in here. We're not surprised about that. Maybe we grab a Scorpion? It is a skirmisher. Can we grab that? No. We only have 9 of salvage, and we would need 10 for that. We could potentially take the assassin, but I don't think so. There we go. Yeah, we need 11 for that. So that's not going to be a thing. We could take the AC-10. Do we have any AC-10 ammo already? We do have 1 ton. So that's a theoretical option. We could just go AC-10 here. Yeah, let's do it. We get an Engine Core 280 out of it. That's not bad. And we also get Infernal SRM ammo, as well as a few mech parts. Sure. We weren't in that for the salvage, though. We knew that the salvage there was going to be awkward at best and not great overall. So that's absolutely fine. No salvage concerns there. We're probably looking at around 20 to 30k of C-bills in terms of armor damage that we took. I think the longest thing is going to be waiting for Hardcase to be back, to be honest. But we do have some upgrades that we need to do. We want to deploy the Trebuchet, although the Trebuchet is going to be a little bit of a liability, I have a feeling, and we're going to want to upgrade the Trebuchet pretty quickly. Okay, yep, 30 to 40k, exactly as I said. That's not bad. Not bad at all. So the Shadowhawk is going to be the priority, of course, but all of these are going to get finished very, very swiftly. I'm not too concerned about that. How long until our drive repairs are done? 7 days? Okay, let's tick forward a few days here and get some of these mech warriors back.
Job's done.
There's all of our repairs done, and Hardcase is still out. Do we want to wait for Hardcase? Yes, I think. Let's at least get the drive repairs done. And let's hop into engineering and grab drop tonnage so that we can drop an additional 50 tons. That will allow us to drop the Trebuchet. Not that the Trebuchet is great. We'll be looking for an upgrade to the Trebuchet. But for now, that will definitely do. Let's continue to tick forward the 6 days that it'll be for that to be done. There we go. Next up, as far as our engineering upgrades go, what are we interested in? Maybe even more drop tonnage? Sure. We'll get another 50 tons of drop tonnage going. We would definitely like to get some tank tonnage drops, or actually additional tanks. We could use just generally additional tanks. Like, the Scimitar fits into that nicely. No doubt about that, but I would like to have our, like, cavalry lance be primarily tanks and the Centaur. And then our, like, Juggernaut-ish lance would be comprised of the Black Knight, the Shadowhawk, the Wraith, and 1 additional mech, ideally. Although the Centaur might fit into that. Although we could have that, in theory, be a vehicle as well. And just have those, like, swap. And then our fire support lance would be basically what it's at right now, which is the Apollo, the crossbow, the trebuchet, which I think we're a little too missile heavy on that, and then the hoplite. That would be the overall idea there. So let's kick forward and get Hardcase back. And then let's do our mech warrior training here. The Black Knight is still showing up as being underweight, which of course is true. It is absolutely underweight. But I want to get this mech warrior training done.
What do you do?
Anything in here? Well, there is for Capo, who is the Black Knight pilot. So he wants to really be like, he wants to move in slowly and steadily, and he wants to just have consistent laser fire. So I think that kind of means a point of tactics here.
Mech warrior training.
But as far as his next trait goes, I'm not 100% certain what we want to go for there yet.
Yes, Commander.
Commander.
Let's see. We can definitely, for Hardcase, take a point of either piloting or guts. Either of these would be good. I think we'll take piloting for the time being.
Orders.
For Magus, absolutely a point of piloting is good here.
Training confirmed, Commander.
There we go. For
Commander.
Panic, we take the point of guts that is currently available.
I'm
For
receiving
Plato, we could go for gunnery or tactics. Plato is, of course, our... What do you pilot? The Wraith. We'll go for gunnery.
Training
Okay.
complete.
And then
We can
Romeo
promote him.
here. He just needs a point of
Training
piloting.
confirmed.
That'll be fine. And
Stand
Weasel
by.
Cakes. A point of piloting will be okay there too.
Mech warrior training
Looks good.
complete.
So we're pretty much ready to deploy now. Indeed we are. I'm going to put a cut in here, and next episode, we're going to deploy. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.